It's Jonathan from Gaversec. We're learning cybersecurity, and we were asked for a tutorial on Splunk SOAR. So jumping right in, you're going to go to redhat.com and create an account. And once you get to the downloads page, you're going to click on More Ways to Try, then scroll down until you reach Red Hat Linux Enterprise 8.9.0. You're going to go to this second one here where it is the boot ISO and download that. Now it's about 1 gig, so it might take you a little bit, and depending on your internet speed. So while you click that and while that downloads, we're going to go to the next step. Now we're going to go to VMware.com. My browser doesn't seem to like working on half a monitor, so there's going to be a little bit of overlap here, which is no problem. We're going to scroll down to try Workstation 17 Player for free, or for Windows, and this is completely free. So download that, get that installed, and you'll be good to go. Now, on the final page here, go to Splunk.com and create an account. You'll need to do that. And here at the homepage, it says join us at Conf 2024. And as a side note, I will be there, so I'll get some content there in June. But once you make an account and get back to the homepage, you're going to scroll down all the way to where it says free trials and downloads. You're going to scroll past Splunk Cloud, Splunk Enterprise, and the Universal Forwarder to where it says Splunk SOAR. Again, a little bit of overlap here, no worries. Then click free download. And then right here, where you're seeing Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8, you're going to click on the wget link and leave this open. We're going to need this once we get Red Hat installed. Okay, now jumping into VMware Workstation. Mine might look a little bit different because I have the Pro version, but the steps are the exact same. You're going to create a new virtual machine, typical, next. You're going to go to installer disk image and look for the ISO that you just downloaded, which is going to be this guy, the RHEL 8.9 boot ISO. Then click next. On this drop-down, you are going to find Red Hat 8. Click Next. I'm going to call this RHEL 8 SOAR TikTok. Click Next. 20 gigs for the disk size should be okay. And here under Customize Hardware, we have 2 gigs of memory. You could give it a little more if your computer can handle it. And under the processors, we are just going to give it 2 cores as well. So this should be plenty for a test. You're going to click Finish. It'll open up, and then we'll power on this virtual machine. Now, a bunch of text is going to fly on the screen, and that is A-OK. Now, it's going to ask us if we want to install it or just test it. We are going to want to install. And once that's done, we are going to go over here, make sure English is selected, and click Continue. Now we're going to set this up. So, root password, you can set it to whatever you like. It doesn't have to be crazy secure because it is a virtual machine running on your computer, so it's not like it's open to the internet. Then after that, you're going to go over here and click on network and hostname. You're going to need to click this as on, hit apply down here, and then click done. Now, you're going to sign into Red Hat and use the username and password that you used, or that you created when you made your Red Hat account. Once you type that in, disconnect or unclick this, uncheck that connect to Red Hat Insights, and click register. Okay, once that's done, click done. Now go all the way to the right here. Click installation destination, click on this guy, and then click done. Then once you finish that, you're going to click on software selection, go over here, server with GUI is perfect. Click done. Now we're ready to begin installation. And this can take a little bit. I've seen it take up to like 15 minutes or so. If it takes a little longer or a little less, it doesn't matter. So we'll just wait for this to finish. And then once we do, we'll reboot the system. Okay, once that's finished and rebooted, it's going to boot into this screen. You're going to click on license information, click I accept, click done, then finish configuration. Okay, once that's finished, it's going to boot into this welcome page. Click next, turn off location. I'm going to skip this. Let's just type in our name. That's going to put in our user. Click next. Put in a password. Same password that you used earlier is fine. And click next. Now, ready to start going. And once you're at the home page here, you can click this I finished installing. Now, the first thing you're going to do on your Red Hat desktop is click on Activities and open a terminal. So the first thing you're going to do is type in sudo space -i, click enter, and type in your password. Now we're the root user so that we can do whatever we need to do without having to escalate privileges every single time. So the first thing you're going to do is type in yum clean all. Now the next thing you're going to do is do yum space update. And once that's done, you're going to type in yum space upgrade. Okay, once that's done, you could type in clear to clear your terminal, and then we'll go from there. Okay, now we're going to switch back to our webpage that we had here on Splunk, and we're going to select this command and copy it. And when we go back to our terminal window here, we're going to type in cd, which is change directory, /home, and then whatever our username is. For me, it was Jonathan. We're going to go there. Now I'm going to right click and paste that command in and hit enter. Now what this is doing, this is downloading the SOAR TGZ file in that home directory. Okay, once that's done, that could take a little bit. We can clear our terminal window again, type ls, and you'll see it right there. Now we're going to change directory to the opt directory, and we are going to type in this command, tar, T-A-R, space, dash, xzvf, slash home, and then whatever your username is, and then that giant Splunk TGZ file. And as a tip, you can tab autocomplete so you don't have to type all this out. So then you're going to press enter, and this is going to extract into this opt directory. Okay, once that's done extracting, you're going to type in ls, and you'll see this Splunk-SOAR directory here in the /opt directory. So we're going to type in cd Splunk and then tab, so it goes to Splunk SOAR, type ls again, and we're going to type in /SOAR-prepare, and then tab autocomplete that, and so it's SOAR prepare system. We're going to type in 2 dashes here, so Splunk-SOAR-home space /opt, and then this Splunk SOAR directory. So we're basically just setting the SOAR home directory as this opt Splunk SOAR directory. Then type in space -- https -port, and we're going to type in 8443. Press enter, and basically through all these you're just going to type in a Y or a yes. Okay, once that finishes, we're going to need to do this. So we're going to do cd/opt and type in ls. So there's that Splunk SOAR directory. We're going to need to type in chown, so CHOWN, phantom, : and then space Splunk-SOAR. Now if I type in ls-lah, it shows that this Splunk SOAR directory is now owned by the user phantom, which is what we want. So now we're actually going to switch users, so su phantom. So now we are the phantom user, we are no longer the root user, and we're going to cd into this Splunk SOAR directory. And when I type in ls, listing out the directory again, we're going to actually install Splunk SOAR. So I am going to do a /SOAR-install, and we're going to type in the same parameters that we did for the prepare system, just like that. Now when I press enter, it'll start running. Now it'll give us some warnings because this box isn't that well provisioned, but we're going to ignore the warnings and just continue. It'll ask us to confirm. Now we wait. I've seen these installs go up to even 40 minutes, so just let it run. It'll be good to go, and I will see you when it's done. Okay, it's done. So we completed the install of Splunk SOAR 6.2.1. Now the first thing we're going to do is clear our terminal. Okay, now we're going to change directories to /opt Splunk SOAR bin. Now when I type in ls, we are going to then type ./start_phantom.sh and hit enter. Now it's going to start SOAR. Okay, and once that's done starting, we are going to click on activities up here, open Firefox, and open a new tab, close that out, type in https, put my key stuck there, //localhost:8443. And there we go. We're at the Splunk SOAR homepage. It might give you a certificate error. You could click on advanced and continue. And now we're going to log in. So it's default creds are SOAR_local_admin, and the default password is just password. You know, save that because it'll prompt us to change that. Click on the terms and conditions. So after you click it, you click I accept. I actually just ran into an error. I had to increase my RAM a little bit, so I brought my virtual machine up to 4 gigs of RAM and restarted it. Now that we're back in SOAR, we can accept the telemetry. It'll ask us for some basic information here in the onboarding. Set a new password for your account, and we're good to go. Then when you get to this page, you can just slide on over, click skip onboarding, and now you'll be at the homepage of Splunk SOAR, ready to use it. Feel free to test with yourself. I'll make another video on a few things you can do to start using it and learning Splunk SOAR. Hope you enjoyed it. Follow for more.